I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
There's a lot going on in this trailer, but I feel like they capture the feel of 90s Peter Parker who, in the course of one issue will run into all of these people and do all of these things. There are multiple issues where his life is just that hectic. So this definitely gave me that same sensation, like I was reading like pre-Todd McFarlane Spidey.
I think there was a lot in this trailer, a little too much to be honest, but I'm really curious to see what Daniel Creston does with this, because his previous stuff was Shang-Chi. He also had done the Wonder Man series, which got a season 2. No, that's a whole nother topic. But and so it's going to be interesting to see what they kind of bring into it. And you can all automatically see that the tone of the previous John Watts films is already gone. It's a little bit darker in terms of tone and that kind of stuff. And so I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't know if, like, Josh and I are straight up Marvel people. We read comic books all the time. But for someone else like a D who's already kind of tired of like Marvel MCU stuff, I don't know if this would keep his attention or even want him to see it. Like, I'm not, like, when I watch this, I'm like, this is for the MCU fan diehard people, but I'm not sure about the regular person. Like, oh, I'm gonna go see the new Spider-Man movie. It didn't feel like that trailer was for those people.
What is the story? Is it just now he's an adult and his friends don't remember him? He's trying to figure that out, and there's some, I guess, fights going on. I like that Michael Mando is back as Scorpion, but but what of it, I guess, is my thought. And I don't know how he's so familiar with the Punisher. How are they on first name basis at this point? MCU version, not the
Frank
comic
is a
version.
popular guy, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure. And I'm sure that Peter Parker is very familiar with homicidal maniacs.
Yeah.
Certainly this is just a teaser, although it felt like more than a teaser.
Certainly did.
But this is very mediocre driven looking to me.
There's a lot of comic book cover references.
There's like 4 comic book covers in this.
Yeah,
movie.
I was basically trying to understand what is this movie going to be about. And from what I can gather, it's just the world is completely forgot about Spider-Man except for Hulk. And there's teasers that Daredevil might be in this. Where if Punisher's there, I feel like Daredevil's somewhere lurking around. But again, Disney's Disney-fied because they won't like Frank cancel curse, but it's Disney. So, and I actually looked up how many curse words can you get away with in a Disney movie. Only mild ones. You can't get away with. So I was like, well, there goes that. So I'm already kind of like, if you got the Punisher, man, and we don't get what the Punisher stands for, cursing, abrasiveness, all that. I'm kind of like, okay, cool. I'll just wait for the Punisher cameo in either Daredevil or in his own movie. However, I will watch this in the theater, but I will watch this on matinee prices. I don't think this is worth a lot of my money. And I like Spider-Man. I don't have any quips with it. I think most of this version of Tom Holland Spider-Man is fine. It's just that I'm not excited to go see this. I don't have any, again, like you said, Cam, this is more for the comic book diehards. But I am interested to see how he navigates in the world, because there is that he can't get close to his friends because of what he represents, the danger he brings to their lives, and he can let them live their lives. I'm interested in that little dynamic there. Will he break his code and say something, because he does have that note that MJ gave him prior to being disappeared from their existence or their memory. They don't know who he is. So I'm wondering if he's going to do that. And I'm kind of thrown off by this dynamic between the Punisher and how the Spider-Man. We never got any indication from any of the movies that they are cool, they're friends, or like they've had any contact. And now all of a sudden they're just in the movie together. So cool. We get, it is what it is. And again, I'll see how this plays out.
Basis.
Yeah, like where's it? Cool.
That is a weird thing to put in the trailer without some sort of preamble. So hopefully there's some sort of, they met like there's some allusion to or direct visual of them having met. I think the 2 questions I have is, number 1, why are they making his webbing organic? It's not necessary. They don't need to do that. Well, let me say this.
Man Spider?
Wow. The other question I had is, what in the hell is he doing fighting the Hand? Like, the hand is not his thing. It's a Daredevil thing. It's a Wolverine.
This is why I thought Daredevil was going to be in this movie.
There's no way he's not.
What is the threat in this film aside from the hand? What's going on? I really don't
Scorpion
know.
and Tarantula.
What is Tarantula? What villain is that?
They haven't really established like what is the actual threat here, and I think part of that is a little interesting part.
They haven't established any narrative or any story beats in that trailer.
Most of his bads are B-level guys. They're street-level guys. So there's not going to be this huge outsized threat. It's going to be the everyday guys robbing a bank, trying to get revenge because Spider-Man did blah, 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 blah.
Here's the thing. He has villains that are impactful. Mysterio was in part 2. You had the Vulture in part 1. And they even made the Vulture seem more relevant and a little bit more threatening in a grounded way. And then in 3, you put Doc Ock, Electro, and Green Goblin in the one movie. So now you can't even transition to an MCU version of the Green Goblin. Well, you could, but now you have to wait at least one other film because you just got that one. And the same thing with Doc Ock. So what am I saying by bringing that up is that Marvel has once again found themselves the victim of their own, hoisted by their own petard, which is they use gimmicks and nostalgia, and they blow it, and then they don't have nothing else. So now you have to throw the hand where the hand doesn't belong in there. You have to throw the Punisher in there where the Punisher doesn't belong. Probably Daredevil is going to be in there. And then now Scorpion and all these different figures and characters, when you could have built something singular around a central figure that is the absolute opposite of Spider-Man, or Norman Osborn, or Otto Octavius, or someone like that. But we don't have those options anymore.
Another omission I would say for this one was they casted Condon. He's going to be Tombstone. So in my mind, I think Tombstone might be that big bad for the main antagonist for this film.
Was he in the trailer? I didn't see him in the trailer.
He wasn't in the trailer at all.
That might make sense because that would go with double down on what Josh is talking about with the more grounded street level villain.
Yeah. Another thing that jumped out at me is the scene, the shot where the slow-mo shot where the hand is jumping off a building and Peter's jumping off the other end. There's a lot of negative space in that shot, and I'm willing to bet that there's someone else in that shot.
It's Matlock.
It jumped right out at me. I'm like, yo, he's all the way up here and they're all the way down here, and there's all this space in between on the screen. There's no way somebody else is not in that shot.
It literally shows how much they love their gimmicks.
Yes.
And plus, we saw this before, so it's no surprise. So,
judging from this trailer, if you are not a Marvel fan or you're like on the cusp, I don't think this trailer really puts you over the edge to be like, oh, I want to go see this. It's more like you're curious, but I'm not sure if you're in it. Where I was like, oh, this looks dope. There's a lot of references in there. I might enjoy it, but I go back to that same feeling, right? You have your established fans, you have your on the fence fans, and you have your fans that you've lost. So is Spider-Man going to be able to get back those lost fans as of right now? I don't know if that's
which direction is it going to push in, right?
Yep. But once again, thanks for watching us. Like, subscribe, follow, all the good things. Tell a friend, leave a comment, let us know if we're off base. And yeah, man, we'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Later.
Spider-Man.
Blerdlines will return in next week.